Have you ever stopped and thought about how our education system came about? Why is it structured the way it is now? Has it always been like this? Does everyone agree with this method, or is this the only method we knew about, so majority of people do not argue with it? These are the questions that ran through my head while I thought about our current public school education system. The final question I decided to perform my research on was, why are students sorted by grade level according to their age and not their intelligence level? The information I knew before I started my research on this topic was that the core education system was created during the industrial period when large amounts of items would be sorted by their date of production. The same was then applied to our students while forming the free educational system. I also knew that in each classroom today, there are students at each ability level, which causes stress and pressure on teachers. The only problem I saw with this system before performing any research was the gap in social issues in each grade, even if all the students in the class are on the same intellectual level. The main points I wanted to learn from my research were, why are we still using the same system from the industrial period? Do private schools or any other schools adopt this system method? Why are we, as a U.S. education system, not switching to a new one with the new times of technology? And could socioeconomics be playing a factor? After observing many classrooms at the elementary level, I saw that there is a wide range of students' abilities that can affect what kind of teaching is taking place in the classroom. I applied this observation with the story a professor once told me that caused me to forever ponder why we still sort students based on age and not ability. This topic is relatable to me not only because I have been in an elementary classroom where I was sorted by ability level, but because I am a future educator and I want to not only work in the education system, but better the education system to the best of my ability. This can include learning as much as possible about the system and spreading the valuable information to all of my peers. I was able to watch a documentary by Tom Lovelace, who is a senior fellow with the Governance Studies. Some of the key points he talked about was that schools realize that one size does not fit all, and that ability grouping inside the classroom is more beneficial to allow all students the same opportunity to succeed. He also stated, the ability grouping controversy reached its peak in the early 90s, which also caused the use of these grouping to decline. Now that the controversy has declined, the increase of ability grouping is growing again at a rapid pace. It is now being classified as a way to differentiate instruction. By asking my current block mentor about the structure of ability grouping into classrooms as a whole and about grouping students by ability within the classroom, I found out that she believes it would be ideal to have classes all with similarly intellectual students. But having a variety classroom with many levels also is not too difficult. She said it does require a little more of her time by finding slightly different activities for each level, but at least we are not having to create a whole new lesson plan or curriculum for each group level. I was able to watch a classroom that sorts their students in each subject based on ability level. After observing the students and talking with the teacher, I learned that the students are in no way affected by their grouping and do not know they are being grouped by ability levels. The teacher states how each student is able to learn at their own level and pace. This causes them to learn more knowledge without ever becoming frustrated or bored in the classroom. She told me that each student is learning the same information at the end of the day, but it is the ways the information and assessments are carried out that vary among the groups. From this study, I learned a lot about the history and fundamentals of ability grouping. Although there was not a lot of information on my initial question of why students are not sorted by intellectual ability into grade levels, I learned a lot of information on the controversy between even allowing ability grouping within the classroom. I plan to use this information in my future classroom by keeping up with the data and research on ability grouping and incorporating every skill that will most benefit each of my students to their fullest.